What's up, everybody? BadBoyD TV here, and today the video about my experience with quitting my job. I made a few videos about it in the past, but I haven't made a follow-up. So if you're new to my channel, I'll give you an update of what it's all about. And I had a few people requesting that I do an update video on the last one. So I'm gonna tell you my experience with quitting my full-time job, what it entailed for me, and what I believe you should do if you're considering the same. Stay tuned. BadBoyD TV. Quit your job. My experience and advice. As I mentioned, this video is about my experience with quitting my full-time management job. I worked for a good company, but fortunately enough for me, kind of weighed out my options. And after my mom passed away, I realized that it's now or never. I gotta try this. When she did pass away, I was full of piss and vinegar to get back to work. I was motivated. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna kill it here. But I believe you should always follow your gut. And for some reason, my gut told me, Dan, get the fuck out. It's time to try something new. And that's what I did. I actually gave up a pretty substantial bonus that I would have been getting around now to leave earlier than I originally planned, and I don't really regret that decision, but in a way I do, because I would have been a little more financially stable. But I weighed out the pros and cons and I decided to go for it. Fortunately enough for me, my YouTube channel got monetized right before I left my job. But unless you have like 100,000 subscribers, it's not a substantial form of income. Trust me, guys, don't think that you can just get your 4,000 watch hours and 1,000 subscribers and start making some big coin. Don't work that way. What I did is I take a lot of nutritional supplements. I had a surplus of stocked up supplements. Thought, okay, I'm set for this. I saved as much money as I could in the short period of time. Like I said, I was planning on giving them about a 5-month notice, which is pretty unheard of. But I changed my mind and came back and gave him a 7-week notice. Thank God for me, in my specific situation, I don't have any children, I don't have a wife, I don't have a large amount of bills, so I have been blessed enough to be able to get away with it. But I'll give some tips for things that you would absolutely require doing in any circumstance if you decide to do this, especially if you have a wife and kids. So one thing, plan ahead. Plan ahead and set some realistic goals, some realistic expectations for a time frame of when you'd be planning on doing this. Maybe if you can, take a paid vacation from work to really contemplate and figure out whether this is the right decision for you or not would be ideal. To really declutter your brain, maybe spend some time with your family, run it by them, see what their response is. Don't be surprised if it's negative. A lot of people won't support you. I'm a big proponent of being on your purpose and mission in life. So if you feel you have a specific mission or purpose, make sure you research it. Make sure you know the timeline of when you could actually make some income off of it, because a lot of businesses fail. The best thing you can do is, hopefully it pays off in the long run, but grind out your full-time job and working on your purpose or business part-time to get it started and somewhat established or well established before you leave. That is obviously ideal. That is what you should do. Make sure you have a cushion. A cushion is essential. I thought I had a good cushion. Could have been better. I could have done even better. I thought I was fine. Make sure you have yourself a really good cushion to lean on. And I mean like a year's pay, 6 months pay at least. You don't want to be eating cans of tuna like me. It's not that bad, but could be better. I like to use the saying that money doesn't buy happiness, but poorness certainly doesn't buy happiness either. If you like what you're watching, don't forget to smash that subscribe button and backhand that notification bell like it's your bitch. Ensure you have a battle plan in place. Like, talk to your family, have plan A's, plan B's, plan C's. You don't want to end up on the streets like me. This is where I sleep now. I'm kidding. I'm not homeless. But shit, it could have happened. Like, I'm very, very blessed, put it that way. If I'm sure you have a surplus of food, I always suggest men, we have a surplus of food, regardless of whether you're quitting a job or not. Like, a catastrophe could happen and your company could shut down tomorrow. Have lots of baked beans and tomato sauce, like the Heinz cans, or no name as we sell up here in Canada. And just ensure tuna, you gotta have tuna, rice, quinoa, stuff that you can boil up, that's fairly cheap. Make sure you have survival supplies. Like I said, that's regardless of whether you're quitting a job or not. So cover all the bases and ensure that you can actually quit your job without it infringing on your lifestyle too much. If you have car payments, obviously plan that out. If you have mortgage, like, make sure you're covered at least 6 months. Or if you're that unhappy with your career, look for a different career. I'm fortunate enough where if I wanted to go back into a management position, not just with that company, there's other retail companies that I could become a manager with again. I have the credentials. Your experience doesn't just go away overnight. So I have a pretty good resume that I'm lying back on. Your experience matters. So if you have a good amount of experience, that's in your favor. If I wanted to go back full-time in a management role, it could be easily obtainable in my case. Like, there have been a couple opportunities where I definitely could have gotten back in the fray, no problem. But I didn't want to because I was prepared at least enough. But I do encourage you to get on your purpose. You can actually make money online. It's not the funnest job ever though. Like, I could have been plugging away, selling affiliate products, Amazon drop shipping, all that stuff, but that's not fun. That's not a purpose unless you really enjoy it. I'm sure that if you're racking in some cash and you're on your computer, it's like gambling, right? You can make some dough. But give it some serious thought and potentially have a part-time job lined up so you can go on your purpose, your business that you're building full-time, and then maybe work 20 hours a week. So that would be a 60-hour work week at first, and then you can leave the part-time job. See, I'm doing that right now. I work part-time. I was fortunate enough to set something up where I work part-time a couple days a week, and man, minimum wage here in Canada ain't bad. Food prices are skyrocketing, so it kind of evens out. But definitely don't get your hopes up for support systems. I was expecting the worst, and it actually turned out pretty good. My sister supported me very well. My aunt, like, not financially, I'm talking about good morale boost. My old man, he wasn't so content, but I'm not a little boy anymore. He had to accept that. But if you do have a dream and you do have something that you really want to work on, and you're just busting your ass, killing yourself to make another person rich, then it's not worth it. We all have a purpose. We all have a meaning to be here, and it's worth giving it a shot. Figure it out. Make sure all your bases are covered. I don't want making this video because I don't want anybody on the street because they made 2 sporadic of a decision. You gotta make sure this is well thought out and well planned, because it's a huge life decision. Probably the biggest decision I've made in my life. And I'm still in the process. I've only been off work for 3 months now, my full-time job, and it's gonna be an interesting, bumpy road ahead. Leave some comments below if you have any specific questions, because right now I'm just giving you the best advice I can for maybe a few of the mistakes I made, or things that would have affected me a hell of a lot more if I had more things on my plate, hence wife and kids and mortgage. It's my beautiful house behind me. I'd rather be working on my purpose in my prime than to be 50, 60 years old and look back and think what I wasted. It's a big time in my life, and it'll be a big time in yours if you decide to make that step. I wish you the best, men, in whatever you decide to do. Many blessings. I wish you well. BadBoyD TV wishes you the best. May the Most High be with you. Get on your purpose, man. Even if that means grinding it out 70 hours a week or whatever. I know you don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear it either. It sounds fucking terrible. Something I almost neglected to mention too is make sure you do not burn a bridge. I know it's really tempting, especially for us quote-unquote alpha males, to tell your boss to go fuck himself, tell everybody there, tell all the people that kiss ass and backstab in that place to suck your nuts. But never burn a bridge, man. You never know when you might require somebody. I learned a valuable lesson to never burn a bridge unless you're absolutely 110% sure you're not going to require that person ever again. You never know. You never know. So my advice is don't burn a bridge. But if you're 110% sure, go ahead and tell those fuckers to suck yo nuts. Check out my latest video right there. Subscribe to my channel.